terrorist attacks taking place here in India. Like, I mean, every time the government of India has given so many evidences, but they keep on asking for more. And the concerns of India has to be acknowledged. And
the concerns of India has to be acknowledged. But Mr. Sikri, just moving ahead in these relations, is this good enough? Is this sufficient? Because why is it that we cannot bring in the core issues on table and discuss them and do something about them, be it the Kashmir issue or the border issue or Siachen issue? Why is it that we can't sort them?
Dr. Datta talked about how we have to accept that Pakistan is our neighbor. I think Pakistanis also have to come to terms with the reality that we are their neighbor. And the question is, what kind of India do they want? I mean, if their policy is to weaken India, to break up India, to have an India in chaos, and this is what their policies are doing, then obviously this is not going to build any trust. So are they going to look at the India from which they can benefit? Would they like to plug into a more dynamic India, an economically vibrant India? If they look around them, are they going to move ahead by linking with Afghanistan or Iran or India? I mean,
responding in the similar way, the way Pakistan is responding. For example, the moment we have good ties with,
I feel that neither India nor Pakistan can afford a war in the long run, because they don't help in any common man's welfare, and it only leads to bloodshed and anguish. So both of us must see reason and wisdom and desist from indulging in any type of warfare. Both our countries can also guide the remaining SAARC countries for betterment of its citizens. Let us be positive and hope that the current talks bring really fruitful results.
Right. So Indo-Pak talks, indeed, they are very positive, because the foreign secretaries have said that these talks are positive. Professor Datta, what are the key areas where India and Pakistan now need to work together at this stage? Do you really feel that India especially has a roadmap? How it is seeing its approach towards Pakistan in days ahead?
Well, I guess India has a roadmap not only in relation to Pakistan. India has a roadmap in relation to the whole of South Asia, and India, being the largest country of South Asia, has a responsibility also. And I do understand the political leadership in our country is adopting more of a pragmatic approach in the last couple of months, and I think this pragmatism has to be there in the long run also. We should understand and we should realize that Pakistan's foreign policy will be Indo-centric. India's foreign policy cannot be Pak-centric as such. We have to come out of that phobia. That's one thing. The second thing is, like, in relation to the economic aspect as such, I would like to add in few more things out here. We have already given the most favored nation status to aggregate on that and address the problems which are being faced by India, especially on the issue of terrorism. It just can't say no anymore.
It just can't say no. Pakistan has to address our key issue of terrorism. Final comments on the program. Mr. Sikri, what is it that India needs to do in days to come, at this stage when the talks are on, and we are hoping, visa agreement has happened, and it was signed today. What is it that, what should be the role
set of the average Pakistan?
Right, so the important thing is the mindset has to change in Pakistan towards India. Final comments from you, Dr. Cholia.
Sure, and plus, there are some so-called doable problems like Sir Creek and Siachen, and which, as we know, keep getting mooted as almost close to resolution, but somehow we miss the bus. And I think when is obviously the
primarily we are being very optimistic, but we also have to be realistic in our approach, and that is also important. Final comments from you, Mr. Dixit. At this stage, how would you really define India-Pakistan relation? Should as Professor Datta said, we have to be very optimistic and positive, and things are moving ahead.
Yeah, at the same time, as he pointed out, if there's a breakthrough on Siachen or Sir Creek, one of them, that will also add to the mood in Pakistan and facilitate a lot of things that India wants to be done in Pakistan.
Realistic in our approach, and that is also important. Final comments from you, Mr. Dixit. At this stage, how would you really define India-Pakistan relation? Should as Professor Datta said, we have to be very optimistic and positive, and things are moving ahead.
Yeah, at the same time, as he pointed out, if there's a breakthrough on Siachen or Sir Creek, one of them, that will also add to the mood in Pakistan and facilitate a lot of things that India wants to be done in Pakistan.
Right. So thank you very much for joining us in this program, and let's hope and let's be very positive about these talks and hope that things will change in the coming days. But it's important that Pakistan should also respond to India's concerns on terrorism. Completely out of time. Thanks very much for joining us in this program. Namaskar. and frank, and when, as you rightly said, that foreign minister of Pakistan saying that let's not look at it in an emotional way, and things are moving forward. It is always said that Indo-Pak talks, whenever it happens, it's more of symbolism than of substance. Do you really feel that?
Well, when the word frank is used in diplomacy, it